The fifth file opens with a fear older than ink, the fear that words themselves could harm. The archive gave this file a name, but even the name seemed afraid to remain visible. The first fear was not reading the page. It was deciding whether to touch it at all. If writing could preserve a name, could it also turn a name into a wound? It was only ink, until fear taught the eye to see a curse inside it. The page was set apart, as if distance itself could protect the living. A sentence could become a prayer, a law, a memory, or a curse, depending on who feared it. The reader lowered their eyes, not because the words were gone, but because speaking them felt dangerous. A name once guarded the dead. In darker hands, people feared it could be turned against the living. They covered the page, but did not destroy it, because fear still wanted the evidence to remain. Names filled the page, but some were buried under ink before history could speak them. In many ancient fears, a name was not only a sound, it was a piece of the person. To write a name was simple. To finish it, under fear, could feel like crossing a line. The black seal did not prove a curse. It proved that someone had chosen to fear the page. They did not burn every feared page. Some were simply pulled away from the light. Some names were not erased by fire, but by the slow patience of dust. In this room, no one knew which pages were dangerous and which were only feared. Sometimes the manuscript did not bring harm. Fear did, and called the damage a curse. The curse lived in the distance people kept from the page. Even old ink can fall like ash if the eye is already prepared to fear it. The cursed page belonged to a larger map of fear: books, scriptures, knowledge, death, and the written word. One label said forbidden, another said cursed. The difference was often decided by fear. What made the manuscript feared may have been scraped away long before anyone could judge it. The keeper could not know which box held truth and which held only the memory of panic. Every archive offers a choice: open what was feared, or preserve the fear untouched. The manuscript was rolled shut, not to end the fear, but to give fear a shape. Some pages were buried not because they were false, but because the living could not bear what they believed. The seal fell softly. Fear rarely needs a loud sound to become law. The box did not bury the truth. It buried the fear people built around it. Even sealed away, a corner remained visible, enough for the question to survive. After the cursed file, the map no longer pointed to one text, but to the archive itself. The final door was not marked with a curse, but with every fear that came before it. Every file had asked the same question in a different shape. What does mankind do with what it fears? The final file has a name: the last forbidden archive. One key remains, not for a book, not for a curse, but for the question behind them all. The cursed file closes, but the fear of words does not leave the room. All fears return to one book, and one question still waits beneath the cover. If you wish to open the final forbidden file, leave the words, final file.